Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me once again. Here we are in the lovely Oak Room once again up at Macmillan, and I hope this is coming through to you fairly clear. A bit of strange lighting going on, but there you go. So, join me here in a little bit of Tai Chi and Qigong. These sessions, of course, are brought to you by the Friends of the Cancer Center, and also promoted by Macmillan as well. And primarily, these are for people going through a bit of a cancer journey at the moment. If there are any problems with mobility or any injuries that you're working with, just be gentle. We don't require any excess effort going on with these exercises. In fact, they would be contrary to what we're trying to achieve here. What we're trying to achieve is something that is a primal focus for classical Chinese medicine, and that is the free flow, the balancing of the vital energy in the body, which helps the internal organs work in harmony with each other. And through that, we would experience good health and well-being, both mentally and physically. Difficult to separate the two. Really, if you're not feeling too good up here, sooner or later you're going to experience discord in here somewhere as well. So we're going to begin by a little bit of stimulation on some of the main channels that this energy flows through, and this is going to begin with a little bit of stimulating points on the head, little acupressure points, and also stimulating the cranial nerves. And we're going to do that just by tapping all along the top of the head here. All over the top, around the crown. And around the sides and back. Just across the base of the skull as well. All over the head. Okay. And now stimulating the flow of Qi, vital energy, we call it Qi. Stimulating the flow through the heart and lung channels, and for this we're going to brush down the inside of the right arm, starting on the right side, brushing down the right arm and the inside, and then come up the fingers and then up the outside of the arm over the shoulder. I'm going to do that 12 times. 1. And the same thing on the left side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now this next one, again, stimulating the energy channels here through the kidneys, the stomach, the spleen. We're going to cover lots of points with this one here. We start at the ankles on the inside of the leg and come up the inside. So up through the groin, over the hips, over the chest, down the center, down the backs of the leg. Over the hips, over the chest, down the center, up the backs of the leg. nice little routine just to get things started with us. So we're going to go through, some of you maybe have seen some of these videos before, so some of these routines may be familiar with you. You may be familiar with them, and if you're just joining us for the first time, these are fairly simple routines. One of the things we try to encourage here is regular practice. Rather than just a once a week thing, we try to get a little bit of regular practice going, because the more you work with these, and they're simple routines, but the more you work with them, the less you begin to have to think about the mechanics of the movement and begin to feel more what is happening, how you're doing it, how you're feeling with it. And so in order to encourage that a little bit, between each routine we're going to pause for a little while. Now we have a central stance that we work from here, and that's where from the crown of the head we loosen down, and when we loosen down like this, try and imagine the spine hanging in a straight line down the back. The hips will be just dropped a little bit, the pelvis will be just dropped a little bit, the chest is sunk, and it's as though you're putting up a little hook with a string attached to the ceiling. Okay. The legs are very slightly bent, and when you're in this position, just think of any tension that you feel. And you're going to feel that mostly around the shoulders, the neck and shoulders, and maybe the lower back here. Just let that loose, and let the breath sink to the abdomen. Okay, when you do that. We're going to tune into that and just see how, if there's any sensations in the body, feel into the fingertips, channel your awareness into the body. It's an important part of the practice, because this will help to quieten the mind as well. And when the mind is quiet, the body's energy system begins to fall into balance a bit more. One of the main problems for people today is stress. And one of the things that we'll be doing in these sessions is to give you little exercises like this that will help reduce stress. Stress closes down the vital energy system. It also weakens our immune system considerably, particularly when it's like a program that's running in the background the whole time. It tends to do that because when we're out of the moment, when we're out of the present moment, we tend to be going into the stress mode. The body begins to react in a fight or flight way, and so a lot of our vital energy goes into survival mode, if you like, and that is to the detriment of our immune system. So moments of stillness, moments of quiet stillness, where we can come into the body and quieten the mind. Difficult to quieten the mind, but a very effective way to do so is by focusing your attention into the body, feeling into the body. Try and get an idea of all those little cells that make up the physical body, the bones, the flesh, the muscles, the sinew, all those cells that make that up are all alive, and try and tune into that life that's going on all through you between each routine. Okay. So we're going to start with a little routine that we've been starting with now for a few weeks. This is a very good routine for stimulating a particular type of energy in the kidneys, which is very beneficial for good sleep, increased bone density, and also if you're working with any fatigue issues, this is a good exercise to get familiar with. It's in about 3 or 4 parts. It only takes about 3 or 4 minutes to do. It starts with this, where we turn from the hip and loosen the arm, and just concentrating on the lower half of the trunk. The hands hit up against, particularly around the back there, up and down the lower spine. So while you do this, just breathe. no excess effort, just let the arms swing loose. Okay, and just let it come to a natural stop. And the second part of this little routine is to tap along the lower back here. So the acupressure points along the spine, like light switches to the energy system, and when we tap them like this, we help to activate those. If you wish, you can just massage that area, the lower back, the sides of the spine. Okay. And the third part here, a little tapping, the navel come down about 3 or 4 inches, and this point is called the seat of Qi in Chinese medicine. It's an area where the vital energy sinks to before being pumped around the whole meridian channel network. Okay, that was really still the second part, wasn't it? Tapping here, tapping here. Third part, a little bit of breathing, like a fountain. This is called the fountain. And we bring the backs of the hands together, and as we breathe in, the hands draw up. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. Open the chest, just relax. Let the chest open. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And one last time, breathing in. Okay. So just in this position, our feet are about shoulder width here. You can't see my feet in this on this frame. Shoulder, and that we come back into that stance again, hanging from the crown of the head. Let the back fall straight. Down through the hips as well, into the floor. Let the arms relax, the shoulder down, feel down into the fingers. Okay, now that's a little routine that only takes about 3 or 4 minutes to do. And in terms of regular practice, it's a great one to get familiar with, because we're probably still on here. I think we are, yeah. working with different equipment today. It's a great one to get used to because you'll find that it will give you a little bit of an energy lift in the course of the day. And it'll be a subtle, deeper energy experience that you'll find yourself with maybe quite buoyant for the rest of the day. Not an exercise to do late in the evening. If you're watching this late in the evening and you've just done it, sorry about that. But generally speaking, not one to be done too late in the evening, as it will give you a little bit of an energy lift. Okay. So we're going to continue with some familiar ground here. This next exercise is called spinal cord breathing. Now, the central nervous system is very important to our overall health and well-being. There's two sides to the central nervous system. There's the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And the sympathetic is the one that deals with the fight or flight response, the everyday stuff that we encounter. And this parasympathetic is more of things that we're not aware of, really, the way our heart beats, the way we breathe, the inner workings of the body that we don't really have to take conscious thought for. The parasympathetic takes care of all that. But if one of those areas, usually if the sympathetic nervous system, the one that deals with the fight or flight response and the everyday stuff that we're conscious of, if that gets a little bit frazzled or out of balance a little bit, then it has an impact on the other one. So again, it's very desirable to have the central nervous system balanced and also strong. And this is an exercise which will do just that. So I'm going to play a little bit of music for this here as we carry on. This exercise basically consists of breathing in, leaning back a little bit, breathing in, opening the chest, and then as you breathe out, bring the elbows together and also round the back. So rounding the back, we tuck the tail in and up from the crown, right down the spine to the tailbone, trying to feel that rounding. So the back will be rounding this way and also lengthwise as well, strengthening and rebalancing the central nervous system. Okay, don't overexert. Breathing in and breathing out. In and breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring the elbows together, round the back. Breathing in. Breathing out, rounding the back. Bringing the elbows in. Feel that gentle stretch on the spine. And relax. This exercise here to strengthen the heart energy. The heart meridian runs somewhere around here, spirals down the arm, and ends up in the little finger. So as you extend the arm out, open the fingers, and feel the extension through the little finger as you bring the hand across the face, and then Breathing in as you pull it back in again, like a pumping action here. Strengthening the heart energy. This happens on both sides. Through the little finger, feel that line, extend out, project out through the little finger, out, breathing in, breathing in. Okay. Legs stay a little bent for this one. Fists, breathing in, and breathing out. Right hand, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out. Turn the hip with it. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Okay, and relax. Once again, just loosen down, feeling into the body. Loosen down through the neck, shoulders, the chest, drop. Let the arms relax, hang, feeling down into the fingers. Letting the breath sink to the abdomen. Tuning into the body. You may feel buzzing in the fingers, you may feel tingling in the various parts of the body, usually the hands and fingers. You may feel extra heat maybe coming up. This is all good signs, all signs of an accelerated circulation of vital energy, chi, flowing through the whole meridian network in the body and helping to bring the whole internal system into balance. Okay. So sensations like this are pleasant and also positive signs. So we're going to do a few exercises here that, again, some of you may be familiar with from before. These are from a widely practiced Qigong routine, which are known to strengthen the internal organs and also strengthen the flow of vital energy through them. Strengthening the internal organs, of course, can have many benefits, not least of which is strengthening the immune system and also perhaps slowing the aging process down a little bit too, so all good stuff. Between each one, we'll pause and then go on. This first one works on everything. The feet are shoulder width, the feet are parallel, legs are slightly bent to begin with. We breathe in, bringing the arms up above the head, turn the palms to the ceiling, and as we breathe out, pushing down into the floor and pushing up. And back a little bit here. Breathing in, sinking. Breathing out. Keep the palms parallel to the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel the stretch here internally in, out. Breathing in and relax. Each one of these exercises is repeated 8 times. This next one, the legs stay a little bit bent for this one. I'll just turn it at an angle for it. That's a little bit better. Legs stay a little bit bent. Just before we begin, just loosen. Once again, feel into the body. Good to breathe. This one's going to work on the heart and lung. The point is in here, right between the chest. Very good for the heart and lungs. Anyone with any bronchial issues here, this is a very good exercise for them. Breathing in. Breathing out. Drawing a bow. Breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing out. And feel the weight on the feet increase. Feel the pressure on the feet increase as you breathe out, drawing the bow. Legs stay a little bent, remember, for this one. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And that was 4 times to each side, and just relax. Once again, breathing into the body. Feel the fingers, feel the arms hanging loose, no tension. Lower back. Let it fall down into the feet. Okay. This third one here is an exercise which helps the whole gastrointestinal system. So the stomach, the spleen, the liver and gallbladder, the large intestine, all get strengthened with this particular exercise here. It sort of gives us a more of a diagonal stretch, this one. The whole digestive system, strengthening that whole system. The legs are a little bit bent to begin with. And breathing in. Right hand to the shoulder, palm up, left to the hip, up, down. And breathing out, pushing in both directions and bringing the legs straight. Breathing in, sinking. Change hands, left to the shoulder, right to the hip. Breathing out. Breathing in, sinking. Breathing out. Breathing out. Feel the pressure on the feet increase. Out breath here as well. Breathing in. Breathing out. Expanding. Breathing in. And breathing out. And relax. resting, feeling into the body. Okay, we're going to leave it there for the day and finish off with an exercise called knocking on the tree of life. This exercise is a little bit like the first one we started with. This time we're going to work all the way up to the shoulder, particularly these points above the chest here. These are very important points for the immune system. They help with the production of T cells in the body, something that reduces a little bit as we get older, you know. So turn from the hip, loosen the arm. Starting at the lower back and hips. Breathe. Breathe. Working up chest. Remember, when we hit some of these acupressure points, we also activate them. This one's particularly obvious, powerful. Just below, above the chest, below the collarbone. Don't hit the collarbone. Stop on the base of the neck here. Just breathe normally. Through this. Work down again on the chest. Above the chest, rather. And down to the hips. Okay, just slow it down. Okay. Now once again, just bring the feet in together. That point below the navel, the one that we began doing this on. About 3 or 4 inches down. Just bring the palms over it. Lift the head from the crown and loosen down in that straight line. Feel the breath sink here. Loosen any tension around the neck and feel into the body. Feel for any little pockets of tension and just loosen. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. Little power pack of routines there, slightly shorter than our normal session, but I'd like you to get a little bit familiar with these instead of being overwhelmed by too much information. So try a few of these, particularly the first little section we did. It doesn't take much. That also helps loosen the spine up as well. Helps to loosen the vertebrae. Tune into the movements when you do them and see how they go for you. Let me know in the comments. Okay, until we meet again, which will hopefully be next week, stay strong, be good.